Hello everyone, how are we all doing? Hope we're all doing good. Let's make sure Stream Regions is working real quick. Awesome. Okay, so if you haven't seen, this is where we're up to on Abaddon so far. I'm not sure about the purple on the face. I think we went a bit too heavy on it. So maybe we'll go back in and like lighten it up, but we'll see how it goes. I think it's looking pretty cool. But I think today I want to make a little start on the base. Start off with like the ultramarine on the base. Pick out some of the stones and things. Figure out what to do for this. I think it's meant to be like an eagle. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, but we'll do a little bit of work on the base. Change it up a tiny bit. Okay. A little bit of water. Got some coal black on the palette. Doesn't want to stay attached to the folder. A little bit of black on the marine. Like I was thinking about what sort of chapter we want to do on the base. And to be honest, we've been doing like regular ultramarines. So I think doing like a dead one on the base is kind of fitting. Let's get a little bit more water. We got the helmet. Cool. Okay. Let that dry for a minute. It's like an old school helmet here as well. Literally just noticed that. Maybe we can do that a different chapter, possibly. Let's have a look at the Games Workshop Abaddon. Maybe they've done that as an ultramarine helmet as well. Base kind of looks different. So if we bring this up real quick, like what's that part there? Strange. Whatever. Okay. A little bit of water, let's mix it into this blue-black. I'm not going to worry too much about doing any sort of different color like knee pad or anything like that right now. Not too worried if the black isn't fully dry either. Okay, dance like no one's watching because they're probably not. As you look like an idiot. God, this is weird. Okay, skip this song. Oh, this weird skip. Stop coming off the holder. Good. I'm not gonna worry too much about like the scratches and everything as well. Obviously, if we can avoid them, that'll be better. Same with like the undersuit and everything. Nice, okay. Oh, the helmet as well. I see that being like a running thing where we forget about the helmet completely. I'm pretty sure this is meant to be a lieutenant. So we're going to do the red stripe with the white like border, I guess you could call it. Or like outline. Got lens missing as well, which is cool. Nice. Right, let's grab our next colour, which is going to be probably some dark blue. Do you reckon we even need that? Probably, because we're not going to go super bright. Let's grab some dark blue. Probably should have skipped the blue-black completely and just went straight to dark blue. Okay, so have a sip of coffee. Start from Stream Raiders as well. We have one battle, then we have a token chest. Hopefully we can get a boss battle done as well tonight. I think we need to place flying units. That's correct. Maybe not. Maybe it's kill flying units and we read it wrong. Or kill. Damn it. Never mind. Cool. Okay, let's get a little bit of water. Mix that in. I'm tempted just to take the base off the holder completely, maybe. Yeah, that should be a bit easier. Okay. I think we'll get some blue on the palette as well. Just so we can start mixing in the colors. I see some water mixed in. Okay. A dark blue again. More like a controlled application now. Get some of that bright blue. Let's mix it on the cliff. Back down to that dark blue. Okay. Like at a later stage, we're going to have to take into consideration the torch as well. Not going to worry about it right now. Might pick up some those like weathering powders, like weathering pigments or something like that, I think they're called. Maybe do like a bit of a dusty base. That look kind of cool. We're literally just putting a layer of dark blue down, mixing in a tiny bit of that lighter blue. Kind of want like the maximum highlight to be like this lighter blue. I don't know if I want to mix in anything brighter than this. So we need to make sure we don't go overboard with the brighter blue. It kind of hurts my hand actually holding this. I'm trying to minimize the directions we move the brush in. And on these panels as well, I'm trying to pull like the lighter blue towards the edges. You start getting like a sort of pre-edge highlight going. Go back over some of the areas now with some almost like pure blue. Get a little bit of that dark blue again. So we're not going to really worry too much about like different color knee pads or anything like that we want to add in later. I'd rather get a whole complete blue marine and figure out like the extra details later. Just pull up a reference of a Primaris Lieutenant. Too bright there. Tone that down a little. Starting to get that blue showing. Make sure we clean off the brush. Don't leave the paint sitting on it for too long. A bit more of that dark blue. Tiny bit heavier with the light blue now. I know I'm going to want to highlight around like the battle damage. I'm trying to focus the highlights, like focus the lighter blue towards the damage. Some of that darker blue, smooth out that color a tiny bit. Okay. So yeah, we can go like considerably brighter with this lighter blue. can be helpful in the later stages. When we do like the dark blue first, then apply the lighter blue on top and mix it in. Like the second step then is going in with that lighter blue first, applying that on, taking some of that darker blue, and then just trying to fade it out by painting next to it. You always come back in with a little bit more lighter blue now. Help reinforce the little highlight spots. Pull some of that darker blue up. Let's move these things out the way. But yeah, quickly as well, I've done like the started on the bases for the ultramarines. We still have to do all the edge highlighting on the sergeant, obviously all the rest of the detailing, but they're getting there. Done the foundations of the blue on the backpacks as well, so you have to throw like a wash or something over it to sort of tie it back into the more weathered blue. Like if you put them like together, it's not too bad. Could do the little bit more weather in them. So yeah, hopefully if we go live a bit earlier tomorrow for a couple of hours, we can work on the ultramarines first. Try and get them almost, they should be finished this week, which would be really nice. Okay, let's do that little helmet off to the side. So start with that dark blue. Yeah, if Munchkin decides to stick with Knights, which it looks like she's doing for now, I want to try and go into like a routine of doing like 2 streams where we go live roughly about the same time as normal, so like 1 o'clock, maybe a tiny bit earlier if we can, and then end about 3ish so we can do some dinner and everything like that, then go live again about the same time as today, so like 6 o'clock, and do it that way. So like the first part of the stream will probably be just working on like other projects, and the second half then we've got a little bit more time, work on like the main project. Oh yeah, another thing as well. Element Games are hosting another painting competition. This time it's got like they did like categories last time, where they did like a 40k model, a Age of Sigmar model and things, like an open category. Now they're doing like one big category, but the theme is going to be like fire. And I assume then the following ones are going to be like water and like earth and things like that, so like all the elements, because like they said, they're obviously like they're element games, so it makes sense. So I don't know if this kind of qualifies as fire or not. The only like real aspect of fire is going to be like the torch and then like the OSL glow. I think it like entries need to be in by, I think it's like the 28th of February, I think it is. It's like the end of the month. They did ask for like a picture of like the unpainted miniature, or like a work in progress. I don't know if I can justify entering a model that I started like what, this month. But we do have a Balrog, which is, you know, classic fire. Maybe we'll work on that instead. I don't know. I'll probably take this one in anyway, just to put in like the case, see if I can enter it. If not, Alice, how you doing? Nice to see you. Painting more ultramarines. But painting a dead one this time, so that's allowed, right? How's your day been so far? I was hoping we'd have a bit of information on Cursed City by now. When that's supposed to be coming out? Apparently it's supposed to be like February. It was like the last I heard. I'm looking at the Eldar releases, and I really like the look of the new box with the Chaos Space Marines in the Eldar. I really don't want to be buying like a new box. Like we have Dominion that we haven't even touched yet. I don't want to be buying like a new box and then 2 weeks later, whenever Cursed City comes out. Too bright, especially for this lower section. Soften that with some dark blue. Okay, let's come back in. Let's use that little scratch to our advantage and split the chest into 2 sections. we're not going to worry about the scratches too much. We're going to be going back in and painting them. Main focus right now is this blue. Don't like how bright that lower section is still. More dark blue. Cool. Get in there. Oh, Epic Games, will you bog off? Everybody, stupid notifications all the time. Go away. Go away. Cool. Cozy Control, how you doing? Good evening to you. Okay, looking good so far. Oh, this blue is making you so happy. Well, like I said, we've been painting a lot of ultramarines, so it's only fitting we do a dead one. Yeah, this is our progress so far on Abaddon. Looking pretty cool. Really happy with the way it's going so far. Yeah. So we're just going to paint in all the blue, and then we're going to figure out, like, I know it's going to be a Primaris Lieutenant, so we're going to do like the red stripe with like the white border on the helmet. We'll figure out how Abaddon sits on the base, but we're going to have to do the cloak first. We are going to add the cloak. So we're going to figure out how he stands on the base with the cloak, how much of that, of like the marine is blocked. And then if there's anything can hit, like if there's anything exposed to the torch, we'll add a bit of red into it. We could have just painted like a Blood Angel and then not really have to worry about the torch at all because it'd all be red. You know. We've got to make things more complicated. Might have to do some like freehand designs on the shoulder pads. That's good. Dead Smurf? Yeah. Like I said, we're painting live Smurfs, so gotta paint a dead one. Yeah, it's interesting how it's got the Primaris here, and then it looks like one of the older Space Marines, or like the OG ones here. Like from what I've seen and everything like that, I understand like they probably fight together on like the battlefield and whatever. But for what I've seen of all like their like animations and stuff when they do like releases and everything, I haven't seen one with both Marines in the same, like, I guess trailer, I suppose you could call it, or like the same fight. So I don't know if like the regular Marines get on with the Primaris Marines. You'd probably be a bit annoyed if you know, you've been fighting these wars and stuff and that for like decades and things, and then all of a sudden these like bigger, stronger, faster Marines turn up to replace you. I assume there'd be some sort of rivalry. Our stream rate is already. Wow, that was a quick 30 minutes. Stream rate is... Oh no. Oh, yeah, there's no point in placing a spell. Hopefully we get a couple of people in on the next battle. Let's take that. We're gonna be dead anyway. Okay. Try again. See if we get some people in on the next one. Come on, stream readers. There. Cool. Okay. Hope you're all doing good. Hope you all have a good day. I don't even know how much of the Ultramarine symbol you'd actually see on this shoulder. I don't think they even painted it on. Even on their Games Workshop website. Looking good. Let's have a little look real quick. Nope, it didn't even paint it on. The shoulder pads almost look black, to be honest. Can we like make that a bit bigger? It doesn't really help. Yeah, the shoulders look black. Especially this one. That's interesting. Hmm. Oops. Let's have another sip of coffee. Okay, let's focus in a little bit more now. Get this helmet picked out. Nice, it's broken up into sections for you. So you don't have to try and like paint the whole helmet in one go. Okay, it's good foundation. It's going to be interesting to look at the Marines side by side. Knowing how, like, in some way the dead Marine on a base is painted better than 5 live-in Marines, I suppose. So when I was painting the Ultramarines, I didn't have any like plans for it. I just wanted to do some, just like a squad. Then we're not going to worry about stripe or anything like that. We're going to paint the whole helmet. So if it was going to remain blue, we'll figure out the stripe later. try and clean up that recess a little bit. Something like that. Okay, let's work on the arm. Oh yeah, Alice, that converted like container, sort of like storefront thing you've done, I think is epic. You should have, if you had like the time, like recorded like the process. That would be really interesting to watch. Or like the different parts you use for like the conversion and everything. That's one thing we need to like start thinking about doing. Making the models a little bit more like unique. Okay. Now we're going to take that brighter blue, start focusing on our highlights. Probably step down to like some dark blue if we need to. I actually mix that dark blue into this lighter blue. Let's do that. Let's create a separate little pool. Really just take our time. The more layers we apply, the more of that lighter blue starts showing through. If you have a lot of control, okay, let's mix in a tiny bit more of this lighter blue. Make sure we don't have too much on the brush. Okay, looking good. Check in translations. You hate that? What? Translations for what? Right, we're going in with this pure light blue now, so we're gonna have to be super careful. I'm trying to like edge highlight, but I'm also trying to fade it out a tiny bit. So it doesn't look like it's got a clean edge highlight. This is where we introduce some of that, some more blue as well. Stipple in super gentle. Need a tiny bit of that mix between the dark blue and the light blue just to try and fade this out a tiny bit. That's way better. That's too bright. Let's see how it dries. Have to propose all our documentation and stuff in French because of law in Quebec. So check some translation documents. View is the term, no check. View is the term, no check. Oh, I see what you mean. You mean like review is the term, not check in translations. You mean review in translations. Okay, I get it. Sorry, I'm stupid. Translation is accurate. Just copy and paste it into Google Translate. You should be okay. Need to sleep? Yeah. Yeah, because Munchkin's doing nights now. We thought it was a good idea to stay up until she got in. It wasn't. Not as young as I used to be. Used to be able to stay up to like 4 or 5 in the morning and then get up at like 8, 9 o'clock. Now it's like, it's either one or the other. If I stay up, I get up late. If I go to bed a bit earlier, I get up earlier. So I think we'll go to bed a little bit earlier tonight. Hopefully then we can do like a 2-part stream tomorrow, which would be really nice. Looks like that's what the translators actually did. Google's Translate is not great. Quicker though. suppose that's like the downside of speaking multiple languages. You have to do all like the annoying paperwork and stuff. Okay. Starting to get that blue in there now. Right. Like, you could probably totally paint this a lot quicker if you wanted to go down like there. Probably cut out a couple of colours. Go down the route of the base coat wash sort of like technique, I guess. Like, which is fine, but I don't think you get like the nice like variation and stuff in the colors. You don't get like as much control. Can't like as easily adjust brightness and shadow. Unless you do like a super controlled like wash application. You're almost like at the mercy of the wash. You get a little bit of that dark blue. Plus, I don't think it's as fun, you know. Like, if you need to get models finished and on like the tabletop and stuff like that, then like base coat, a little bit of a wash, work in some quick highlights and things like that is not a bad solution. It's interesting how on the camera it doesn't look like we've actually done very much. I wonder if that's why you see a lot more of like high contrast paint jobs on like people's streams and everything. Like you see a lot more super dark base coats and then a lot more extreme highlights. Is that really another battle? How has it been like an hour already? Like, when I'm painting and stuff, it looks like we've done nothing, which basically we have. Like, it literally feels like I've been painting like for 5 minutes. And it's already been an hour. Or like over an hour. Okay, stream raiders. Maybe put that down like that. See how we get on. Some coffee. And we've got some really annoying towers. Should be okay though. Oh. Alright, token chest. Let's go for our war beast. What is that? Let's go here. There we go. Xander, how you doing? Welcome in. Interesting as well how this Primaris has got rivets on the knees. Don't think I've ever seen that on any other Primaris model. So music stopped, or is it just quiet? But it's just a quiet song, isn't it? Yes. It's good. Yep. Happy to see me? Well, I'm happy to see you too. It's working on the base for Abaddon. Nowhere near finished with the model yet, but we've been painting some ultramarines, so I wanted to continue with another one. But any sort of designs or patterns or different color knee pads or anything like that, we'll add them in later. We'll work on the blue. Get that looking nice. Okay. Try and like stipple in a tiny bit of lighter blue on the side. Don't go too heavy with it. Yeah, this is our progress on Abaddon so far. You move it down a tiny bit. Been really fun to paint, so like, to be honest, I thought it'd be like really annoying, like the Chaos Space Marines, because of all like the trim and everything. But because it's a larger scale model, the trim isn't actually too bad. It hasn't got trim like around every part of the armor either. It's like the sort of main sections. It's kind of nice. Plus it's really cool, you know. Doing that pure light blue now. Like pure lighter blue, I should say, because it's just cold blue. We'll probably go around the edges one last time. With that blue again, just to like crisp them up. We do that after we've done all that the scratches and everything. So any like a little bit of overspill in that we have with any of the black, we can clean up with the edge highlights. The biggest thing I'm trying to avoid is like lines of like separation between the colors. Or like two colors meet, I don't want it to have a visible line between the two. Which is why we created that mid-tone, or like that mid-mix between the dark blue and the lighter blue. So we can use this as a sort of like buffer between both colors. Can always come back in with some dark blue as well. Drop in a little bit of that, go back to that mix. Grab some of that pure blue. At the edges first. Put it on the top. A bit like that. Cool. I think that bit of the knee could be brightened a tiny bit more, this top section. Cool. Right, let's try our idea. Let's get some of that blue and try and put an edge highlight just across this leg here. Do a couple of passes. Get the top as well. I need a touch more water mixed in. Well, that's way too much. Yeah, that looks good actually. It's just enough of a difference between all the different shades to give that look of an edge highlight, but it's still super subtle. You wouldn't have like a bright clean edge highlight like on these, because obviously don't know how long it's been lying on the base for. Like I said, I might get some like weathering pigments or weathering powders, put a bit like of dust around the base. We'll see. Let's get a tiny touch more. Let's try and actually get a tiny little bit of water this time, not like loads. Let's work on this arm. Yeah, I like the rounded sections, like on the arm, like the panels. I try and do like a highlight running across the length of it. Just try and emphasize the shape. Like literally under the lamp, it's got like a band of light here. I'll try and replicate that. The more passes we do, the more opacity we achieve, the more intense the color. Yeah, just take your time with it. Don't try and rush anything. If you didn't get the brightness you wanted, don't try and switch to a brighter color first. Just go in, do another pass. Let it dry. See how bright it is then. If it's still not as bright as you want it, then you can consider maybe mixing in a brighter color. But always try and do a couple of layers first. I like to always think about potentially making the shadows a bit darker to brighten up surfaces before I go in with a brighter colour. Got that blue a tiny bit with that black. Try and clean it up. There we go. Like, that's what I was doing when I was starting out. It's like, see, I'm like painting this blue armor. I want the armor to be brighter, so I'd grab a brighter color, which totally makes sense. But then as soon as I started thinking, right, okay, I want this panel to be brighter, so if I make the shadows a bit darker, or even a bit bigger, that'll naturally brighten up the panel. Which is why we sort of take this like I guess more methodical way of layering it. We can achieve the exact level of like brightness, shadow on all the different panels. Super easy to adjust as well. Cool, I like that. Tiny bit more brightness there. Let's have some more coffee. Okay, let's do this other arm. Nice bit of brightness there. Do the edges first. A little bit of brightness in the middle of that panel as well. For a bit more variation. Nice, I think. each time as well I'm going to a new section where I'm going back to the mix between dark blue and this lighter blue. I'm always cleaning the brush off so I don't have any of this lighter blue left over. Like a lot of the time I'd be jumping back and forth between the colours. Don't really wash the brush off too much to let the colours naturally sort of mix themselves. But with this more focus, sort of like precision highlighting, you want to make sure you got a nice clean brush every time you move to a new area. Again, just to help with the control you have over where you're placing the colours. Fingers a tiny bit brighter on the top, a bit on the edges. Go back to the thumb. Pull a little bit of brightness up. Nice, cool. Caught a tiny bit of blue into the undersuit there. Let's go in that black. Clean that up. So it looks pretty subtle on camera. In person it's a lot more, there's a lot more variation in colour. Yeah, the camera seems to like struggle picking up the subtle changes. The rock is in the way, so it's coming from this angle instead. Very nice. So we're not going to worry about the scratches at all. We'll pick them out after this step. And any mistakes, we've got a final sort of edge highlight to do. I might mix in a little bit of sky blue. Let's see. not to touch the paint while it's drying. Pick up the excess. Fade this out a tiny bit. Okay, I like that. I think this needs a little bit more brightness. Just like that. Okay, let's get some of that. Pure blue now. Following the shapes. So those scratches create a nice divide in the chest. Oh. The rest of that arm because we completely forgot about it. That's another battle. We're lucky if we even finish this marine. Right, streamers, you have to wait a minute. Get this arm done. Suppose they do say time flies when you're having fun. But come on, give us a chance to actually do some painting. I still want to do like that. Like comparison sort of idea I had. Where we compare a... like, probably like a Space Marine or something. Painted using like the Games Workshop method and our method. See which one people like better. Alright, let's do the stream rate style. Keep working through it. What are we looking? Just down there? Maybe we do a paste. Coffee as well. Should be good. 4 towers for this 3. Especially when our units take the damage from the towers. wonder why they've walking off in the wrong direction. Oh, they gotta go round. Stuff on the floor. Fair enough. Alright, good job, everybody. Awards. Out the way, please, quests. Thank you. More awards as well. Claim all that. Some upgrades. Nice. Let's do our next battle. Put you over here. Okay. Let's mix up a little bit more with this in between colour. A touch of water. There we go. Too much water. I'm doing very good putting a tiny bit of water into the paint. Yeah, let's try and thicken that up a little bit, mix in a bit more of this fresh paint we have. Here we go. Should be better. Oh, the song's annoying. Okay, let's get a bit of that lighter blues to the edge first. Just like that. Highlight next to the scratches. Fade that out a little bit. Just like that. And color down. Very nice. A bit of a highlight on the top as well. So like that. Tiny bit more now. Doing a little bit more of an edge highlight just around the scratches so we can drop in a little bit of black, darken them down. More of a highlight on the top as well. Just like that. Cool. Let's do the shoulders next. And all these like this battle damage and stuff, all the scratches, all the bullet holes and stuff, and that actually makes these models easier to paint, in my opinion. Because you get that nice separation. Like you don't have to worry about trying to paint the whole shoulder pad in one go, which can be quite tricky. So it's interesting how on the Games Workshop website, if you look at the base of Abaddon, it looks like the shoulder pads of the Ultramarine are actually black. Kind of strange. Nice. Got a little bit more of a highlight on this top scratch here. Just like that. Henry, how you doing? Your favourite kind of marine? Or one taking a nap, is it? Yeah, not doing too bad. Just falling into the misery of Ultramarines. No, I'm joking. Yeah, just painting. We're making a start on Abaddon's base. So we're nowhere near finishing Abaddon, but I just wanted to, just while we're painting ultramarines, while we're on a bit of a, what's the way to say it, I want to say like a spiritual journey, or like a heresy cleansing, I suppose. I don't know, I really enjoy painting Space Marines. I know a lot of people don't. I know a lot of people view them as like pretty boring. But I think you can do a lot with a Space Marine. From like a painting perspective. You can do like a load of different techniques on them. Helps get like the practice in of doing all your edge highlighting, doing like your nice clean blends. Get a little bit more control and confidence with the brush. Just gotta pick out like the metallic trim and all that. Very nice. Is the boy going to be standing? Right. Hang on, let me... like that. Right on the chest. Get a nice little bit of colour on the bottom of the base. Looking pretty cool. We need to add the cloak. Well, we haven't even started the cloak yet. It's going to be quite a challenge, I think, the cloak. But until we figure that out, we're not going to really worry about the OSL or anything coming off the torch, because the cloak might come round and block this side. I wonder if we can see it on... So if we switch to this, you can sort of see it here, but we'll add the cloak in and everything when we're doing the red glow, or like the red OSL from the torch on the cloak. We'll pick it out on the base as well. It's looking pretty cool. Looks pretty cool without the cloak, but I don't really like this sort of like big like open space. It's got like tubes and pipes and whatever. But I think that adding the cloak on just like covers most of that and makes it look a lot more like flowing, I guess is the way to say it. Plus it gives us a chance to chuck in some different textures with like the cloth, so it contrasts like the cloth and the armor. Should be pretty cool if we pull it off, of course. We'll see. Monster Cat, why'd you keep stopping? There we go. let's have a sip of coffee. Okay, I'm going to change up process a tiny bit. I'm going to see if I can drop in some black into the grill before we start highlighting the helmet. Okay, let's let that dry. Did I say coffee? Yeah. We'll get some coffee. So I desperately crave the bean juice. Doesn't sound very appetizing when you put it that way. I like the exposed ribs as well, which is pretty awesome. It'd be cool if they did like a line of Space Marines, or if they did like you got like the intercessors and things like that. It'd be cool if in the box they included like damaged shoulder pads and everything. Yeah, you could just take like a hobby drill or whatever, drill into the shoulder pad, create your own battle damage. It'd be kind of cool if they did like sculpted ones. They have all like the bullet holes and like the chips and everything in the armor. Especially for like the veteran squads. Kind of nice to see. Oh, we should really do that red on the lens before we get too invested in the helmet. Like this one's got like the lens missing off the one side. Like, wouldn't that be cool to have on like one of your Marines, and you can see like the face and stuff underneath? You know, sometimes the Space Marines feel a little bit like hollow, almost. I've always said we should paint the lens, and we're still painting the blue on the helmet. Alright, let's do that now. Space Marines meant to have a single fused ribcage? Don't know. What? Everyone has a... I guess they're not fused, are they? Like the bones aren't completely together. I don't know. I have no idea. Like, I know nothing about the lore and stuff. I just like painting. Let's get some burnt red real quick. You need to get good at adding battle damage. I think probably the hardest part is going to be finding the balance between too little and too much. Ball parrot. God damn it. Ah. Acryl, why you do this to me? Get it. I don't know. I don't know if we'll need orange. Fuck's sake. A little bit of black. Drop that in. Burnt red. A little bit of gold pyrrole. We're gonna see if Artman Games have any stock of the traditional style drop bottle tops for the Pro Acryl bottles. So don't have to use the twist caps anymore. I don't know. They wouldn't be an OSR glow, would they? Because like technically the power suit and stuff and that would be switched off, dead, however you want to put, say it. It probably wouldn't actually be a glow. Just turn that down a tiny bit then. Let that dry for a second. Let's keep working on that blue. Still not quite dry. See if we can get away with adding some blue to the other side. What the fuck was that? I swear someone just fell over. Give me a second, everyone. Let me find out what that was. That was weird. Do you see the new Gravis Captain? Kind of really want to buy it. Yes, and the other one they showed with the Ancient with like the banner. sure you can have like 2 power fists on that one as well. See if we can find it. These two. Yeah, it's cool. They don't show the double power fist option. Very cool. Yeah, they're really nice. Just think, look at all those nice edges. Got like an additional one on the legs. All these nice panels. That looks cool. I love how their cloak comes around the chest as well. Like there. Like off the one shoulder. I wish they'd have a picture of the back of the model. That'd be nice. But yeah, I like that. Bit different. Don't like this weird, like targeting sort of skull thing that comes off the side. That's a bit strange. Very nice, very nice. Come back and see Smurfs. Double power fist is pretty OP. Well, that's close range, isn't it? So it has to have some sort of advantage to make people want to run it. I suppose anything's close range though, because it's got a sword. Plus, I think it looks cool. Okay, let's return back to that lens for a second. Let's not go overboard with that. Oh, I think the power fist is worst option, but it's the coolest looking. North is paired with the banner. I think, if I remember correctly, just reading that, you get 2 attacks. Was that right? Instead of the 1. Can't remember. View all news. While we're on news, well, I'll see if I can answer my own question. If this model is equipped with a power sword, each time the bear fights, it's going to be 2 additional attacks with that weapon. Models equipped with power fist each. Okay. You get 1 additional attack. So yeah, the power sword is the better option then, even though it's got a chain sword. This model's quite this maximum of 3. 2 additional attacks with that weapon. Okay. So yeah, maybe the power sword option would look pretty nice. I don't really like the chain swords too much, to be honest. Not very. Don't know. Yeah. Maybe the power sword would be cool. But I still love the design. Like that over the shoulder cloak. It's badass. Right, let's see if I can find. Let's go, a new coin. New mini. This is what I want. Maybe not, actually. Where's the box that's supposed to be going to pre-order this Saturday? Is it this? Hello? Yeah, this. Saturday. I'm trying to find out if it's got like the pre-order promise thing that they've been doing. Because I can see this box selling out straight away, to be honest. Doesn't say. I'm thinking about picking up the box, but I kind of just want to wait for Coast City. Put this down here. Honestly, looks like an easy magnetize, so problem solved. True. Yeah, if the sword options and stuff and that come with like the hand attached, just drill a little magnet into the hand and then into like a bit of the arm. Okay. Oh, nice, lots of gold. Take that. We'll be on Harbor State. Probably do one more battle. Let's go up here. Place another one of these. Like that. Looks like they attach at the shoulder. Oh, the arms. Okay. So kind of like these ones then. So you have like 3 different arm options rather than like at the wrist. That makes more sense with the power fist. Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad at all. Because I assume they're all the same pose, just with a different option, like weapons. So now you have to like try and mess about with the shoulder pad or anything. Only issue though is, will the cloak get in the way? Because of the way the cloak's designed. Because it wraps across here, doesn't it? Okay, let's work on the front there. How much get this finished off? Yeah, I want to see if we can get all the battle damage and stuff nicely blocked in. Get some nice highlights, like edge highlights around all the damage, finish it all off before we end today. Said, I thought I could easily get this marine painted, but I just don't understand where the time goes. Like if we were just like sat here like looking at, you know, pictures and stuff, or like looking at the releases and everything like that, not doing any painting and things, I say, okay, fair enough. Yeah, we didn't get much painting done today because we were doing this, or like talking about this or whatever. But it's not like I don't paint for like what, 90% of like the stream. Said we're not going to worry about the stripe right now. I'd rather get a really nice blue down and then worry about the stripe afterwards. To buy an experiment. I'm sure there'd be a way to do it. You might just need to be like a bit more creative. Like if there's a way to like position like the arm and like the shoulder pad, then glue like the cloak to the shoulder pad and don't glue the shoulder pad to the arm, and then you just slot the arm inside. Like say for example on this one, instead of gluing the shoulder pad to the arm, you glue like the shoulder pad to the cloak, and then you might be able to like slot the arm in with the magnet and then just take it off, and then the shoulder pad will be attached to the cloak will be attached to the chest, so it shouldn't be an issue. Don't know. I have to see what it looks like. Yeah, Games Workshop love giving you the options, but they like thinking of ways to make it more difficult to actually utilize those 3 options. Like I'm not saying they're trying to make you buy all 3, like or 3 of those models get all 3 variants, but I'm not saying that, if that makes sense. It's a really cool model anyway. It'd be pretty awesome to have multiple versions, because then you could do different levels of battle damage on them. Like the one with like the power fist can be like heavily battle damaged. Maybe the one with the power sword slightly less. Like the chainsword one could be like pristine maybe. Like lots of weathering and stuff on the one. Be a lot cleaner with the other ones. Plus I have no idea how many you could actually put in your army. I assume like 1. And like if people complain about one of the variants being too strong, you got the other ones in reserve. Okay, the stripe's going to go on the top of the helmet, so don't really need to worry about that too much. Don't like how it's a bit too much brightness here. So you can soften that a little. Nice, cool. It's a cool idea. Keep in mind that this Space Marine is dead on the ground below Abby's feet. He's supposed to be dirty and bloody. Oh, I know. This is just the nice blue, clean stage. Like I said, I think I'm about picking up some of those weathering powders. Painting up the base and putting some of that over it. And then doing like the dust and stuff on Abaddon's feet. On like the back of the cloak and stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool. Make the base look a little bit more realistic as well. Rather than trying to paint in all like the dirt. So we can just do like a quick couple of shades of brown, maybe a wash, then put the powder over it. Like the pigment or whatever you want to call it. Thinking like one character per attachment. So almost always one useless. So almost one useless is big game. We take a CP handicap. I can't even fucking read. So almost always one unless. Where the hell did I get useless from? Like, it's such a dumbass. So yeah, we're doing all like the nice clean blue. Gonna get all like the nice highlights. Blocking all like the battle damage and everything like that. Then we're gonna we'll do the OSL from the torch on the base once we've got like the cloak and everything on it. And after that, then we'll do the like all the dirt and all that as well. We'll do all like that, and then we'll take like a weathering powder, weathering pigment, and we'll put that on the base. So maybe get a couple of shades. Do like a nice light brown on the outside. Do a bit heavier then towards the middle. I think that'll give it like the best chance of looking weathered without it being like to give it the best chance of looking weathered without it looking painted, I suppose. I don't play, so I won't get it. Nope, no idea. Okay. Yeah, I don't play the game. Honestly, I don't really care about the game either. Which is why we get to have like complete creative freedom when it comes to painting the models. Yes, I'm pretty sure CP is command points, isn't it? I do know some things. Looking forward to seeing the base painted. Yep, CP is command points. Yeah. Well, just like the little bit of work we've done, we put them together. Just gives like that extra bit of color on the base. Like I said, if we do the weathering pigment and stuff like that, we can do it on the bottom of like Abaddon's feet, maybe a little bit up there, like the tabard and everything. A little bit on this leg as well. A little bit on like the back of the cloak. I think I'll tie the both things together, and it'll make it look more realistic. So the only thing I'm not sure about right now is the purple on the face. I didn't intend for it to be as like intense as it is. I want a bit more of like the skin tone showing through. But I think I'd rather continue with the rest of the paint, like the rest of the painting rather, and decide if it needs adjusting from there. I like how the hair turned out as well. It's looking cool. I'm happy with it so far. Purple on the face is pretty intense, yeah. Like I was looking at it yesterday. Like sometimes when you're painting and things, you sort of get like a little bit carried away. And you think you're doing like the right thing. But I think if we just glaze over some like bright ivory or something like that, we can tone it down a little. What I should have done is thin down the purple a lot more and then just glaze that in, so just like tint the surface rather than actually paint it on. We'll see though. See how it goes. Okay, let's continue with the battle damage. So this black is nicely thinned down, almost like a wash at this point. So we can pretty safely glaze it onto the actual panels themselves. And we'll just come back in with our lighter blue. What if we can get like a thicker consistency? That's a couple of passes. Yeah, I think we might need to do a little bit of sky blue mixed in. We'll see. We'll see how it looks when we add the metallic in. Really like the purple. You think it's natural for it not? I think it's natural for it to not hit the base. Oh, we won't put any purple on the base. No. Definitely not. So the purple is going to be focused here. And then it'll fade out as it goes around. I think I took it a little bit too far down the arm, too far down the leg. I'm probably going to paint this back in as black. So the furthest it'll go is a little bit onto this trim here. So the purple's going to be focused here. Got the green then, focused on the sword. Obviously the blue. We've got a little bit of blue on the hair as well. Like, would your hair really change color like that if you like? Sort of, but it wouldn't really reflect that much of an intense blue. But you know, I'm just pushing it a little bit. Sort of going for more of like the effect rather than straight up realism. That one's got a lens as well. Damn it. But I had both of them missing. Strange how both of the lenses are on the same side. Let's let that dry. A little bit more black. So yeah, this black is super thin down. So it's pretty much just like a wash at this point. So when we paint over the black areas, it makes them a bit darker. But if it catches any of the blue, it shouldn't really have too much of an impact. So it's just a bit more of like a safety net. This is like a little panel liner as well. Just looking for like the little scratches and stuff now. I think that's all of them. Cool. Back in with that bright blue. Let's do the chest. Bit like that. Let's get see if we can get a tiny touch of water. Let's get this line in here. Okay. A bit like that. Highlight around there. Scratch that as well. Something like that. Reinforce a couple of the edges. Cool. Well, we got 4 minutes. Should be able to do get like the undersuit in. Maybe just base it, the trim actually. Just want it quite weathered. Let's grab some Viking gold to start. Let's do the trim. Grab our different brush. Bit of water. Well, we caught some of that blue. See if we can quickly clean that up. Might need to dark, like, a bit of that dark blue. And paint that back in. There we go. Cool. You know he's dead and trampled? That little marine is adorable. For now he is, yeah. It's a lot cleaner than he's gonna be by the end of it. So I always like to like even when I'm doing like the OSL lighting and stuff and that, I always paint in the panels and stuff like I normally would. Do all like the layering, the highlighting and stuff, even if it's going to be painted a different colour. Because anything that shows through will be nicely painted. I've never used like the weathering powders or weathering pigments before. So I want to make sure that whatever we put the powder over is a really nicely painted model. Even if it is dead on the base. Just so I know that if I don't cover like a little bit of the base, I don't have to worry about it too much. Does that create more work for myself? Yes. Do I mind? Nope. Good. I get my enjoyment from painting the models. Flat boy? Yeah. He's a flat pack marine. The new line from IKEA. Cool. Cool. Stream raiders. We didn't get the entire marine den. Got like the undersuit, obviously the metallics to finish, bit that rib cage and stuff there. Not too bad. 3 hours. Like when you think of it that way, it's taken like 3 hours give or take, you know, stream raiders, looking at links and stuff. I like looking at the Warhammer community. So say 2.5 hours. I don't know. I guess you can decide if it's worth or not. I think it looks cool. Some assembly required, exactly. Yeah. Parts may be missing or damaged. It's like one of the discount ones where it's got like a scratch and stuff on it. Like you find in like the discount section. Faster than you. Like I said, like, yeah, you can think, you know, spending, say, what, 2.5 hours painting, not even finishing in like the marine on the base, might be a bit of a, you know, a waste of time. You can paint it a lot faster by, you know, just like dry brushing the base and whatever else. But my thinking is, why do I want to rush through painting the model? I have no reason to paint it super fast. I don't want to play the game. The plan for the model is going to be, eventually once it's finished, it's going to become like a raffle prize where people can enter to like win it. Probably going to do like, I don't know how much the tickets would be or anything like that yet. Maybe instead of doing like the raffle prize option, maybe just put it up for sale or something. But the plan for it, like the immediate plan once it's finished, is going to be displayed in the Element Game Store. So I have like that extra bit of motivation to put a bit more effort into it. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I enjoy painting. There's no reason for me to rush through the model. It just means I have to spend more money on models. Right, let's do some Stream Raiders. Let's get this last battle done. Let's put that down, I guess. Cool. Let's get this glove off. Scratch and dent and read it. You fucked up and turned your white into blue somehow. Oh, on the dreadnought. Oh. How'd you manage that? Oh, you had some blue or something on the brush, did you? Now's the opportunity to paint it grey. Just paint it a light grey. And then just highlight it with the white. I think the grey just had a lot of blue in it. Or split or something. What grey did you buy? Okay, let's give out some rewards. There we go. Oh, got an upgrade for something. It was a saint. Very nice. Okay. Switch back to this. Keep cleaning our brushes. Yeah, what grade did you buy? Chances are I probably have it. You bought grey sear. Okay. But it wasn't doing shit, so you used old steel grey. Yeah, steel grey will probably have blue in it, yeah. Decent grey from Citadel is it Celestial grey? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Let me have a look. Celestra grey. It's not too bad. It's quite light as well. Another, not as light. Like you can get like graphite, but it's kind of dark. You can always mix in a little bit of white or something to lighten it. What's the one? The one Games Workshop recommends. White Scars. You. White Scar Armor. Yeah, Celestial Grey. That's what they recommend. It's quite nice. It's okay. Wow. Bot, piss off. Is it worth sticking a little pinprick of black in Gracia? Not in the pot, no. I would not do that. If you want to mix colours, mix them on a palette. So put a bit of grey down. See if we can... See how we got like that big mess there? So this is our black. This is our blue-black. That was our dark blue. This is our dark blue and that blue mix up here. And then we've got like the two bits of red. Bit of gold off to the side. Yeah, just mix the colours on the palette. Don't add anything to the pots, because when you go back and try and you pick that colour up and you think, oh, that looks quite nice, and it's got black in it, it might be too dark. So yeah, just put a bit on the palette, take a tiny bit of black and mix it in. You can always add more that way as well. Yeah. Looks pretty cool. Lots more work to do on that yet though. But what's the time? 9:10. I think that's a good time to end. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm gonna go to bed a bit earlier tonight, and then we can hopefully do a 2-part stream tomorrow. Oh, yep, no worries. Thanks for chilling as always. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow we'll do a 2-part stream where we'll go live. I'm hoping about 1 PM UK. Then, because I want to get these ultras finished this week. So I've done a bit of the basing. I've got like all the backpacks all blued, ready to go. They just need a bit of like a wash or something over them, tone them down a tiny bit. So I'm hoping to get the ultras finished this week. I'm thinking if we can go live about 1 PM, stream for like 2 or so hours until Munchkin's up and ready for dinner, and then we can work on the ultras then, and then we'll come back then later on in the evening, probably about 6 o'clock, same time as today, and we'll work more on Abaddon. Probably continue with the base, and then maybe go like try and work that in from there. So do like 2 parts. Part 1 will be working on like a random project like the Ultramarines, maybe like Slaves to Darkness, and we'll, eventually when we start the Stormcast and everything. And then the second half of the stream then will be like the sort of main project. So at the moment it's Abaddon, then we'll work on Gulliman. Maybe if Curse City comes out anytime soon, go through the Curse City characters. Yeah, my plan for the Stormcast is going to be probably paint up the entire boxes, like the Dominion boxes, the green ones. What are the green Stormcast? Can't remember what the name. But anyway, I can see the green ones, and then maybe just put them up for sale and just sell the full set. I think that'd be cool. Do like a complete sort of like army from the box. Yeah. Cozy Crunchyroll, been great having you around as well. Yeah. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Hope, like I said, keep an eye on Discord if you're not part of the Discord. Jump on in. That's not how you spell Discord. I'm an idiot. There you go. And is this socials or is this social? Socials. There you go. How it works. Yeah. I usually post when we go live on Twitter. I mostly update people what's going on and stuff on Discord, because I kind of just basically use Twitter just to post when we're live and like retweet interests and stuff. Yeah, hopefully we'll be live earlier tomorrow, but I'll let you all know as always. We'll definitely be live later on in the evening, so same time as today. We'll probably work on the ultras depending on when we go live or not. And yeah, hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a lovely evening. And we'll see you at some point tomorrow. Bye!